Maybe you've already begun to notice how every choice you make, whether bold or timid, ripples outward like a stone dropped into a lake. And you don't just choose for now, you choose for then. You choose for the futures that branch out like a tree. Because if you look at it from way up high, from the big picture view, the whole game of life, it's a simple trade. Safety for aliveness, fear for growth, chaos for creation. You can't keep both. And maybe that is why your heart has always tugged at you in the quiet hours, whispering, come on, step, jump, trust. And maybe there's a part of you that already knows the ramifications of not stepping. You've seen it before, in the tired eyes of people who live small, the co-workers who calcify in routine, the friends who talk about dreams but never act, the older relatives who speak of what could have been, like faded photographs of lives unlived. And isn't it strange how your body reacts just thinking about being one of them? That little ache in your chest, that knot in the gut, your unconscious saying, not me, not that, not now. But here's the thing, not acting is not neutral, it's corrosive. It eats at you from the inside out. A comfort zone isn't a pillow, it's quicksand. You stay still, you sink deeper. And the longer you stay, the heavier the pull. Until eventually you're buried alive in your own excuses. And yet, when you do step, even trembling, even clumsy, it's like opening a portal. Notice how the very same fear that used to paralyze becomes fuel. Notice how the chaos that looked like a storm becomes a dance. Notice how every small leap compounds into exponential change. Like a kid who jumps into the deep end and suddenly discovers he can float. Like a baby bird shoved out of the nest, flapping awkwardly, into the miracle of flight. Like a rocket tearing through the atmosphere, burning, shaking, breaking. But then orbit, stillness, infinite horizon. And doesn't it make sense that the science backs this too? Fear triggers neuroplasticity. Stress sharpens memory. Adrenaline rewires circuits. Your brain literally grows when you step into the unknown. Fear is the password that unlocks the upgrade. Without fear, the system stagnates. With fear, it evolves. And karmically, life is a ruthless accountant. It tallies everything. Every avoided risk stacks interest into regret. Every embraced risk compounds into wisdom, respect and story. And story, your story, is the only currency that outlives you. So pause for a moment and feel the extrapolated futures. One path, years of playing safe. A soft bed that becomes a coffin. A life that ends with the phrase, if only I had. Another path, years of stepping into chaos. Cuts, bruises, laughter, triumphs, failure. A life that ends with the phrase, God damn, I lived. And maybe your unconscious already leans toward the second one, doesn't it? Because even right now, a part of you is rehearsing that identity. The bold one, the hero. The one who dies once, but is reborn into legend. So go ahead and imagine. What would shift if every time you felt fear, you smiled and whispered, an upgrade is loading? What would unfold if every time you faced chaos, you remembered, this is the womb of creation? What would transform if every time you felt resistance, you thought, perfect, This means I'm exactly where I need to be. And isn't it curious how even now you're unconscious? It's already cataloguing examples of times you've done this before. Times you took that scary step and it worked out. Or it taught you. Or gave you something you could never trade back. And just notice unconsciously how good it feels to realise you don't need to wait to become that person, because you already are. You've always been stepping into fear. You've always been reborn through chaos. You've always been more alive outside the comfort zone. And the more you remember that, the more fun it becomes. Because isn't it exciting to know that every oh shit moment, it's secretly an oh yes moment in disguise? Isn't it dramatic and playful and cosmic to realise life only ever offered you one deal? Get eaten anyway. So choose to be eaten as a hero. So as you drift into your next choices, your unconscious can install this now. Comfort is death. Fear is life. Chaos is creation. The only way to freedom, growth, legacy, love, respect, security, adventure is to fucking leap. And every leap, whether messy or magnificent, is a seed of your legend. And isn't it wonderful to notice how even now you're already planting?